Hello, welcome to the Rowan One Church, One Child Assistance Center. I'm Donna Beaver, Program Coordinator for Rowan One Church, One Child. Did you know that April is Volunteer Appreciation Month? Normally, during the month of April, we hold a volunteer and community partner appreciation banquet. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we haven't been able to do that in the past several years. However, we still wanted to show you our appreciation, so we decided to make this video to share with you some of the things that are going on at One Church, One Child, and to give you a tour of the center. Along the way, you'll meet some of our volunteers and some of our board members and some of our DSS staff members too. So come on, let's get started. This is the center office where we order beds, car seats, and other large items for families. We are able to have these items shipped directly to our DSS families' homes for their convenience. Families are also allowed to come to the center every 30 days to get needed items. During the past year, Rowan One Church, One Child has assisted over 400 Rowan County children and their families with beds, car seats, clothing, shoes, and socks, underwear, diapers, wipes, personal hygiene items, and household goods. Since the beginning of 2022, Rowan One Church, One Child assisted 142 children. Rowan One Church, One Child currently has 80 community partners working with DSS to assist Rowan County families with active child protective services and children in DSS custody. Without the support of our community partners, volunteering time and donating financially and in-kind goods, and without the support of community grants, these children would not have received this assistance. During the past year, Rowan One Church, One Child has received $11,500 from community grants, and we are expecting $10,000 from the Margaret C. Woodson Foundation. What a blessing these grants have been to the Rowan One Church, One Child Center and to the abused and neglected children of Rowan County. It has truly been my privilege over the last year to assist families in crises and to see them overcome obstacles to provide better lives for their children. Without our always faithful community partners, these families would not have the resources needed to make brighter futures for their children. So this is the area where we keep all of our ladies and men's clothing, and we share this space with the church, Life Impact Perfecting Church. They've been very gracious to share this space with us, and we're so thankful to partner with them here. And this is Lisa Jones, one of our volunteers. How are you doing today, Lisa?
Doing well, thank you.
And what church are you from?
Providence United Methodist here in Salisbury.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Well, we're
Yeah.
so glad to have you here.
Oh, it's a joy for me to be here. It surely is, and we appreciate all the work that you do
Well,
with
thank
this
you.
mission. But it's been a real joy to have been able to be a part of this.
Well, we really appreciate your
Oh,
your service to Rowan One Church, One Child.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
So this is the room where we keep all of our baby items. We have clothes for newborn babies, preemie babies, up to 24 months in size. We have, as you can see, lots of other baby items here. And this is one of our volunteers, Donna Willis, and she's folding these beautiful baby blankets that were donated by Anna Kepley, who is a member of one of our church partners. So how are you doing today, Donna?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Good.
Hope you're
good.
doing well.
Yes. So tell me about your volunteer work here at the center.
I normally come on Mondays, and it is truly just a pleasure to be able to work here. There are just so many wonderful donations that are provided for our community, the people in need in our community, and you know, there's a child that will always be in my mind whenever I think about working here. It was right after I started volunteering. It was a young teenager that came and was very withdrawn. whenever she came into the center, but as we got upstairs to where the clothes were for her, and I will never forget, there was a pocketbook that she was so excited about. And it just seemed like that once she picked up that pocketbook and she asked if she could take that, and I told her sure, it just seemed like that her whole demeanor just changed. And you know, that's one thing that I must say, that working here at One Church, One Child, you know, we're always want to be the hands and feet of helping our community. And that is one person will always be ingrained in my heart, because that truly, whoever donated that pocketbook, truly made a difference in her life that day. And that's what we're all about.
It is. And
Yeah.
isn't it wonderful how those small little things can make such a difference in someone's life?
It sure can. So, and you know, the donations that come in, you never know how that one shirt or one pair of pants is going to make a big difference in somebody's life. So I just want to thank all the volunteers and all of our community support, because without them, that smile that I saw that day would not have happened. So,
That's great. And we appreciate all that you do for the center as well, Donna.
well, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
So this is the room where we keep clothes for teenage boys. And we're so glad to have Brandon Sheets, who's one of our volunteers here today. You doing all right today, Brandon?
I'm doing just fine.
Good. And what church are you from?
I'm from Maupin Avenue Presbyterian.
Okay, we're so thankful to have you as one of our volunteers. So can you tell us a little bit about your volunteer experience here?
Well, I've been volunteering here for several years now, back before the pandemic, and it's been a pretty wild ride, but everything's going really well now. We've got the place organized much better than it used to be.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're so glad to have you, and you are a big part of keeping us organized, and we really appreciate that.
I try.
Brandon's always good to be the one to lift those heavy boxes for
Mm.
us and that kind of thing. We're glad to have him here to do that kind of thing. And he's also really good at working with families, too. So thanks, Brandon, so much for all you do.
Thank you for the opportunity.
So this is the room where we have our little girls' clothes. As you can see, we have lots of clothing for little girls. And this is Carrie Parker, who's one of our wonderful volunteers. How are you today, Carrie?
I'm great, thank you.
Good. And what church are you from?
I'm with Gloria Day Lutheran.
So Gloria Day has been one of our great partners over the years. They've always been very helpful to us, and we're thankful for that.
Thank you.
And Carrie, you do such a good job here helping families. So do you want to talk about your volunteer work here at all?
I love volunteering here. I just retired a couple years ago, and I wanted to give back to the community, and this is the place that I've always dreamed of working at. And I know that sounds funny, but ever since I met John Hunter and everything, it was just like, I just want to volunteer there. And so when I retired, this is the first place I came, and you hired me. so it was very nice for me.
We're so glad that you're here, and that's great to hear that influence of John Hunter too, who, as we mentioned earlier, was one of the founders of One Church, One Child. So he had such a great influence on people in the community, and he planted that seed a long time ago that led you here now.
He
So
did.
We're thankful
did.
to have you.
Thank you.
All right. This is the room where we keep teenager clothes, teenage girl clothing. So as you can see, we have lots of clothing, a big variety of clothing for teenage girls. When we get donations in, when we get those donations from Belk or from members of the community, we always try to pick out the clothing that we think would that a teenage girl would like, and we keep that here especially for them. So anytime we have families with teenagers, we let them come in here and choose what they like. We've got dresses and pants and skirts and shorts and purses for them, all kinds of things. In this room, we have clothing for little boys. We have clothing for boys ages 2T up to size 16 and 18. So we keep a wide variety of clothing in here so that when families have clothing needs for little boys, they have a lot to choose from. And thank you to our donors for supplying all these wonderful things for little boys. This room is where we keep diapers and personal hygiene items, underwear, socks, things like that for our families. You would not believe how quickly diapers go out of this place. We also keep diapers at the Department of Social Services for emergency situations when they have children in the office. So we are always grateful for donations of diapers, and that's something that we can always use. And as I said, we've got lots of underwear and socks and personal hygiene items in this room as well. And thanks to our donors for all of these wonderful donations. This is a room where we keep household goods for families. A lot of times families are starting over in a new home, or they just don't have the things that they need. So we keep sheets, towels and washcloths. We keep pillows, blankets, any household goods, kitchen utensils, plates, pots and pans, things like that. And all of this was either bought with monetary donations from our partners and from grants, or they were donated by our church partners. So again, we're very thankful to have all of these items to be able to assist our families. Next, you'll hear a beautiful song written in honor of families by our DSS director, Micah Ennis. You'll also hear some testimonies from some of our DSS staff members.
Family Heart. Let me take your hand and walk by you through life's uncertainty. Come what may, whatever happens, we are family. Within the warmth and security of our hearth and home, you will find that you are safe and never on your own. Hand in hand we'll walk together through life's uncertainty. Come what may, whatever happens, we are family. Some lessons will come easily, and others not on plan. You will learn and grow and see you are able and you can. Side by side we'll walk together through life's uncertainty. Come what may, whatever happens, we are family. Finally, in the deepest part of our tender family heart, you will come to realize you are loved no matter what. Take my hand and walk by me through life's uncertainty. Come what may, whatever happens, we are family. Take my hand and walk by me through life's uncertainty. Come what may, whatever happens, we are family.
Hello, I'm Robin Earnhardt, and I've been a Rowan One Church One Child board member for the past 2 years. A lot of my time spent as a board member was during the COVID pandemic, and sadly, the center had to close for a while to families, but they reopened again in July of 2021. Our partners were so good at supporting us, and I'm so grateful to you for sticking by us during the pandemic and for all that you do to support Rowan County's abused and neglected children.
Hi, I'm Taryn Hayes. I'm a social worker with In-Home Services, and the Assistance Center over at One Church One Child has helped me with so many families, not just on my caseload, but for our entire unit. But one family in particular that I can think of, their children were having to live separate from them for a while until they got some services in place. And once those services were in place, the parents were able to get their children back home with them. But one of the major barriers to that was having a safe place for their baby to sleep, a safe place for their other child to sleep, and having clothes. And so through donations through One Church, One Child, we were able to get them a bassinet, a twin bed, and then clothes, diapers, and wipes for the kids. They were able to come home and have all the necessities that they needed.
Hi, I am Holly Mullins. I am a permanency planning social worker at Rowan County. And I just wanted to say thank you from Permanency Planning for all of the donors who make One Church, One Child possible. It supports our families and our children and reunification, and it's just an amazing program to help keep these families together and to get the kiddos back home. Also, before I became a supervisor, I worked in Special Forces and had the great opportunity to volunteer over there with you guys. And y'all are just a great group of people. You work really, really hard in keeping the place organized and it's fresh and up to date and ready for our families. So I really appreciate everything that all you guys do.
Hi, I am Christy Belk. I am a permanency planning social worker for Rowan County DSS, and I am here to personally thank Rowan County One Church, One Child. I have been with Rowan County DSS since 2014 and utilized One Church, One Child on numerous occasions to help children, parents, and our kinship providers. But I wanted today to specifically talk about a recent incident when One Church, One Child significantly stepped up and helped this family. I've been working with this family for 2 years. It's a family of 9, so 2 parents and 7 children, ages 3 months to 11 years old. The family had worked really, really hard on addressing all the issues that led to us having custody, and we're very close to having all of the kids return home. We already had a couple of the kids home, and then on January 3rd, if you all remember, a big storm came through Rowan County, and during that storm, a tree was knocked down on their property, landing on a power pole that knocked out their power. It actually knocked out the box that holds their electrical unit together to the power company. And once we had everything assessed, we realized it was going to cost a significant amount of money to have this repaired before they were going to be able to have power restored to their home. Unfortunately, financially, that was a burden that was very large for them, and several churches through One Church, One Child, and our board found out about the story and stepped up to help financially pay for the electrical repair of their home. Some of those donations also went to providing a safe hotel room for the family to stay in while those repairs were being made, because it took approximately about 3 weeks for that to get repaired. Without that, this family was definitely at risk of not being able to move forward with reunification, something they had earned and worked really hard for. Another way that the One Church, One Child stepped up for this family is that First Presbyterian Church came out and helped the father remove the tree from the home by cutting it up and moving it off their property. This happened like very quickly and within 1 day of doing that. And then Gold Hill Church also stepped up right after they the family was able to get back home. They all tested positive for COVID and were pretty sick. So Gold Hill Church, or Gold Hill Methodist Church, came out and provided several dinners and lunches and food for the family, as we knew the parents wouldn't feel up to preparing food, but with 7 children, you have to keep on moving. So I really want to thank One Church, One Child and all the churches that are involved in this wonderful ministry, specifically for this family. It really helped us through a very difficult time, and all of those children remain at home, and we were able to return custody of the children to the parents in March. So from the bottom of my heart and this family's heart, we say thank you.
Hi, my name is Josh Stutz. I'm the program manager with the Rowan County Department of Social Services, and I just want to take a few minutes to say thank you to our volunteers that make our One Church, One Child program possible. Through your support, One Church, One Child has provided essential life goods and services to families who otherwise probably would not have received those services, and potentially prevented ongoing child protective services involvement in families' lives. We truly couldn't do what we do without you, and it wouldn't be possible for One Church, One Child to operate without your support. So thank you so much for everything that you do for us.
At the beginning of this video, we mentioned that April is Volunteer Appreciation Month. Well, April is also Child Abuse Prevention Month. And again, we want to thank our supporters for all of the wonderful things that you do to assist our Rowan County's abused and neglected children by making in-kind donations, financial donations, volunteering, or praying for Rowan One Church One Child and the children of Rowan County. You are doing so much to assist these abused and neglected children, and we are forever grateful. Hopefully next year we'll be able to meet in person, but until then we'll continue working for the abused and neglected children of Rowan County.